Greetings, my fellow politicos. Ty here with a special report on understanding conspiracy theorists. Welcome to the rabbit hole. All right, let's talk about conspiracy theories. You know, the internet's favorite pastime. It used to be that you only had to deal with your weird uncle at Thanksgiving explaining how the moon landing was faked. Now, thanks to the magic of social media, that uncle has a podcast, a YouTube channel, and a surprisingly large following in a country you can't pronounce. So, what makes a seemingly normal person suddenly decide that the world is secretly run by a cabal of, lizard people in skin suits? Well, the experts, the real ones, not the guy in his mom's basement with a webcam, say it boils down to three basic human needs. First, the need to know. See, life is messy, confusing, and often random, and for some people, that is just terrifying. It's much more comforting to believe that a shadowy group is pulling all the strings than to accept that your flight was delayed because of boring old weather, and not because the pilot is a deep state agent trying to stop you from reaching the Truth Seekers Convention. It gives you a sense of possessing special knowledge. You're not a sheep. You've seen through the Matrix. Congratulations, you're Neo, but with better Wi-Fi and fewer leather pants. Second, the need for control. When you feel powerless, it's oddly empowering to think you've identified the enemy. It's not random economic forces making your life difficult. It's George Soros, personally. The beautiful, tragic irony? Believing you're at the mercy of an all-powerful secret group actually makes you feel more powerless and anxious. It's like trying to put out a fire with a flamethrower. But hey, at least it's a specific fire. And third, my personal favorite, the need to belong. Finding a conspiracy theory is like joining a book club for people who think the earth is flat. You get to meet up, online or offline, and reinforce each other's brilliant deductions. Did you see the way that cloud looked? Definitely a chemtrail. Oh, for sure. Classic government work. It's a community. A weird, paranoid community. But a community nonetheless. And who joins this exclusive club? You might think it's just people with less education or income, and sure, that's part of it. But here's the kicker. Research found a U-shaped curve for white men. Belief is high at the bottom, and also at the very top. So you have the guy who feels left behind, and you also have Dr. Chad, PhD, who just knows his superior intellect has allowed him to see the patterns the rest of us plebs miss. It's the ultimate expression of narcissism. Of course I figured it out. I'm special. The internet, of course, is the perfect engine for all of this. Your social media feed is a tireless little butler of bias. You watch one video about how NFL games are rigged, and the algorithm says, "Ah, a connoisseur of fine nonsense. Allow me to fetch you a vintage 1969 moon landing hoax, followed by a delightful pairing of birds aren't real." It creates a perfect little echo chamber where every voice is your own, just slightly more hysterical. And the best part? You can't argue with them. It's a self-sealing logic. Any evidence you present against the conspiracy is just more proof of how deep the conspiracy goes. The fact-checkers say it's false? Of course they do. They're in on it. It's a beautiful, unbreakable loop of irrationality. So, next time you see a wild theory online, just remember, it's not about facts. It's about feeling smart, safe, and part of a team. A team that, ironically, is probably making itself more confused, anxious, and alienated than ever before. But at least they have each other. And their tinfoil hats, which, I've heard, are now 5G proof. You should probably look into that. Thanks for watching. Please, like, comment, and subscribe for more delicious AI-driven irony and satire.